Hi everyone, Cheryl here today with Kadoodlebug Designs, and today's little SVG is the Cutie KaToodles Giraffe. Isn't she cute? I just love her. And so I'm going to kind of go over, for those of you that are new to my channel and new to the SVG files, I'm going to kind of go over how I cut them and just really quickly. So, and the placement and all that. So when I'm doing my cutouts, taking everything off the mat, and we're starting with maybe the white. So I'll put the eyes here and the bow, and then all the little pieces that are so small I don't want to deal with, they go here. And then body pieces and whatnot are all here. And so that way, when I go to pull this and bring it over to my tray, I can just lift this piece up carefully, put it down, and then separate all the pieces by the legs, the head, and all that, and then bring these over last. So I'm going to kind of show you right here, and let me kind of zoom out really quick because I kind of just want to go over this super quick with you. So this is kind of like, would be the glass mat. And so I would bring over the body and the head and just put them here, the hooves, and any pieces that are right here, the little pieces, and then the body, and then we have two legs, and then the other two legs, and then all those little pieces you see right here are all right here. That way I can bring them over where I feel like they're going to go. And then the muzzle with the nostrils and the hair and the bow, ears, and the tail. Okay. So I hope that kind of helps where you're not just bringing over a big pile and then trying to deal with that. And I feel like that is just, it would make it really hard. So I'm going to put her right here so we can kind of use her as a guide. And then her front legs that you see right here, I kind of already did because each leg has 3 pieces. So I've already glued those down. And then the back legs each have 2 pieces. And you can kind of see if you look, or even when you have your phone or your computer, you'll see that the back legs show 2 pieces because the back legs are right here. And then the body part, which is right here, I just saw 2 pieces. So that's all I put there. And then on this tall piece, I tried to just do whatever pieces I thought. And as long as I got them kind of in the place, I was happy with that. So now for all my brown pieces, I did use the brushed corduroy, and most of them I distressed, and then some of them I just pounced down on them, and then some of the bigger pieces I tried to just hold, or you could hold down, and tried to get some of the edges. And a lot of these I wasn't too worried about for the video. I just kind of wanted to share with you like the placement and all that, are pulling everything out. And then let's go ahead and do the layering. So for the back leg on this side, it looks like we need a piece right here at the bottom. And hopefully my glue, because I had pulled this out. Okay, so we need a piece down here, and then we need one up there. And so that is for this leg here. And so I'm just going to take this, and you could flip it either way. I think I'm going to go upside down. It's not really going to matter a whole lot. Because I think a lot of this gets covered on the inside. So, and then, whoops, I don't know where that piece came from, but so now, so the next piece I want is, I think I'm going to just take this piece here. Oh no, I think it was this one because it has a little, I'll just use this one, I think. Well, there it is. I don't know. So I probably could have put a little more glue on that. Oh, I just moved it. Okay. So I've got those pieces. So I'm going to move this one aside. So all my yellow was done with Barely Banana. And I did distress all the yellow as well. So now on this one here, I want this bigger piece at the bottom and then the smaller piece right here. Because if you look at this one, there's one and there's one. So we're just going to kind of, I think I'm going to just do it like this because you're just going to see that this side, because the other side I think is going to be covered. I'm just going to stick that one there. I could put whatever piece I want, but okay. So we have all the legs done, and then I did the body already because the big body, because the big part right here, the back part, because those are just the two pieces. And so I did prep that. So now I'm going to just go ahead and prep this. This is kind of different for me because I'm used to putting the pieces together and then adding them on some of them. And I haven't really had to work with a ton of small little pieces. So this was a little different. And it wasn't bad at all. So I'm just going to kind of move these off. And then up here, as if you could see, part of it's covered by her head. And so I'm just going to bring in, I think I want this one. So I think I put like, or we could bring it this way. Well, no, let's keep it back the way we had it. Because I'm trying to use, I had an extra piece when I did this. So I wanted to use them right here. So really put any, you can put the pieces wherever you feel you know, wherever you want to put them. Now I'm just putting these wherever. It's not going to matter because parts are going to be seen and other parts aren't. So we can see that here. We could see part and just a little part, but we can see that little piece right here, which I'm going to put a small piece right here since this big piece is in the way. And now I could have probably used one of the smaller pieces, and I think this one went to one of the legs, but I'm not going to worry about it because I figured as long as you get them in a nice placement, it's not gonna, let's see, which one do I want? I want something tiny, so maybe we'll use that one. So the pin I'm using right now, or the tool I'm using, is the Viker, and I do try to link that in all my videos. I did buy it off of Amazon. And so we have the little piece, and now it looks like we're going to have a piece here and one here. And so the piece that's right here, down here, kind of curves a little bit. So we can kind of see the curve. And then the one that is up is kind of back behind. You really can't see that one too much. This one is probably going to be right there. But I'm thinking this one here is the one I'm going to use for up here. And you're going to have all the other pieces covering, so I figured I wasn't going to worry too much. And I think I flipped that upside down. You could tell, because see how it's angled? It should have been flipped the other way, but it's a little late for that, so that's all right. So we'll just make do. You know, as long as we get them where the spots, so they're kind of all in a place. So I have some extra pieces, and that's okay. So now we have all our little pieces put together, and I don't need all those. I do want to deal with this muzzle up here because knowing me, I'll lose these little nostrils. So I want to kind of just find, oops, where I'm going to put them. I'm thinking just right there is good. Okay. And so we can just set that aside to dry. And if you want to clean up any of the glue, you could use the edge of the tool and then I just wipe. Or if you have a rag, then you can kind of press down a little bit. Okay. All right. So we have that done. So the next thing we want to do is the ears. So let's get her little ears going. And so we're going to actually now start our placement for everything. And that way we can get her layered. Okay, so the first thing I want to do on her is get these little horns on. And I could see there's a ball here and a ball here. So this must be where the horns are. And I did not distress these ones here. But you could come in with the pin. We could do that if we need or whatever. Okay, so we've got those on, and then we can put the little top pieces on. Again, these ones I did not distress. Okay, so those are on. So now we want to get, if we look at her, we want to get her ears on here. And so I'm going to do that next. And so this one can go here. And that way we can bring the little top pieces over. Whoops, there's a lot of glue on there. I could tell. Let's see if I can get that moved. Okay. And then for the little yellow top pieces, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there. And then get these on and placed kind of like so. And I almost was going to prep these, but I thought, oh, I probably should wait to get them on and kind of show putting them on. Okay. So now that we have all that on, we want to get the tail on, and we can just put the tail here. So if you want to, you could take on the tail and just distress the little edge. I'm going to kind of show you. It's up to you. Whoops. You could hold this down with another little tool, like a little stiletto tool. And then I always call it the little poker tool. But anyway, so you can use that. I don't know if I pulled one out, but it's the sharp one that I used to poke out all the pieces on the dies. It's probably right in front of me. Yeah, it is. This one here. So you can use one of those if you want. Okay, so we have the tail on. We might as well get the little piece that goes right there. That's the little hair piece for her tail. And then just make sure you're covering up. So I did resize this file, and I do have a video, and I'll put the link in the description below where you could click on it, and it'll take you to resizing the SVG and how you can do that. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we see that the body in the back is on next. And so I want to add this piece on next. And I'm just trying to line it up with the edges that are up here and not worried about what's down here, because that's all going to be covered by the placement of the other pieces. Now, hopefully I don't get the glue. Okay, so the next piece you could see is going to be these back legs. And so we want to get those on next. And so I'm actually going to put the glue. Okay, so it looks like the rounded part is the part that is going to be like right like so. And so you could kind of try to get that. And so this one's rounded over here, right? Let's see. So this one looks, whoops, and I'm going to keep dropping the pieces. So that one looks a little rounded. So you can kind of just place them like so. And if you want to, once you're done with this, you could always bring in some of the really tiny pieces if you want to add, you know, some, whoops, more pieces. Let's see if I can get that without Hopefully I can get it. There we go. Okay. I wasn't getting it really lined up as well as I thought. Okay. So I'm lining up the bottom with the outer, and I'm not really worried too much about this inner because it's all going to be covered, the inside part right here. And you could kind of see on her. Okay. And so we'll get this one on. And so we may bring that down a little bit. You could probably even bring, if you need to, slide that one down a little bit. Okay, so I'm thinking those look pretty good. And then we can add the little hooves after. I'm going to add the body part now, the big tall piece. And I'm just putting some glue on the back of this. Now this piece kind of lines up with the bottom down here. And so I'm going to just kind of press that down. You could always use your rag because if glue comes up, you could just kind of press that down. Okay, so now for these pieces, the legs kind of, when they're crossed over, they have a curve right here. So I know this one's going to go on top. So I want to put this one on first, this other one. And so I'm going to put that one on now. And I'm kind of just lining it up with the edge right here on the body. Really to make these easy to go smoothly, it's really easy for me to, you know, mainly have the pieces all organized and easy to get to. And so that's kind of why I wanted to show this one here. Just because she has a lot of small pieces, we could kind of make it go by a little quicker. So, okay, so we're going to do these back hooves first. So I'm just going to put these on here. And I did distress them on the original one. On this one here, I'm not doing that. If, like I said, I could always come in with a marker. Oops. I feel like this hoof could have went under. There we go. Okay, so you really could put the hooves on before you put that front body on if you wanted. It would kind of tuck it a little bit under. Okay, so if we wanted to let's just get that glue. Oop! Oh no. I think I lost the piece, you guys. Oh shoot, it's way under. I'm so good for losing the pieces on these if I get them. So let me, boy, I thought I had a lot of glue on that one. I think I must have swiped it with the rag, so I need to push that down. I'm used to being on the glass too, so it makes a little bit of a difference. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of push that down. All right, so if we wanted to, we could come in with the brown, and you could always come in and do these little, I'm just gently coming along the top. And then if you also wanted to, you could come in with your distressed ink and then kind of just distress it a little bit. Of course, you'll be a little more careful than I'm being, but just to kind of show you in the video. So kind of like so. And then you could always, like I said, come in with the brushed corduroy and do a little bit more if you want. And But yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I think this one's going to go on a card. Okay, so we've got that. We're ready to do the head, and then we'll be almost done. So let's go ahead and get this on, because we've already got the ears on and everything. And so now we're just going to place this head right like so. And see, I got a little glue right there, I think. Okay. And then, so we're going to do that muzzle next. So on my muzzles, usually in a lot of my videos, I show that I don't put the glue all the way to the top, because I want to be able to slide my eyes in. And I'm not even pushing that down right now. So if we needed, we could use a little pin or a tool to pick the top piece up. And then for the eyes, I'm going to place them like so. Let's go ahead. Oops. And then you could kind of hold this down. I could see that it's lifted it up. So now I'm going to just get the placement for the eyes. And I just put some glue down. And then it's just sliding that under and over a little bit. You could kind of tilt this end up if you want. And this helps push some of the glue down under. And now she's got a ton right there, but that's okay. All right. And then we definitely want the blues on. And for her blue eyes, I went ahead and I actually used some pins on those. And I think I used B34, and I came around. I'm going to do these really quick. I probably should have had these prepped a little bit. But I'm just going to come around the edge with this dark one here. And I think I pulled like 3 blues out to kind of work with. So I've got that one, that's B34. And then I came in with B00. And kind of just came around, whoops, the little edge. And then if I needed to, I could come back in. So I'm actually coloring the paper up. Okay, and then you could always come in with another color. And this one is B23. So could always do that. So that's just kind of doing the eyes. And then just, whoops. Okay. So those look like they're ready. And I had flipped them over because the embossed or textured side is on the bottom. So now we're ready to just add these. And get them placed kind of where you want them. Okay, so we want to come up a little bit. Let's see. I think I did bring them up. Sometimes I'll leave them, and then you can clean up any glue, but I think I brought those up a ton. There we go. Okay, and I could see glue. And see that it always needs to be cleaned up if you're going to do the eyes. You definitely don't want the glue there. Okay. I think I got most of it. And let me move that piece. Okay, and then the black parts. The eyes. And while this dries for just a minute, we'll go ahead and prep that bow. Oh, I think I ripped the paper right there because it got way too much glue. I'll have to come in with some yellow chalk, but it's definitely going to look different. Okay, so I just need to be a little more careful. So for the bow, we want to get that done. I used the Pixie Pink from Stampin' Up. It's kind of a brighter pink. And then just kind of came around the edges. You could kind of dab in. And then kind of like stroke down if you want to have some distressed parts. So I'm you could dab in to get the edge nice and bright or swipe. But to get the nice little shading, you could kind of just swipe out a little bit. Now, if you have the hard to reach areas, you could always come in with the pin, but this is going to be covered by this little piece right here. And usually I'll hold this down on the glass tray and I could do the edges, or you could use some little tweezers and hold it, or you could just pounce down on that if you wanted. So it really, and then I do pounce down on these just to get those done, and just get both sides. So there we go. Okay, so that's that, and then we'll just get those glued on, and the eyes should be ready. All right. Yeah, usually around the eyes, I try to clean up like this. And then I can tell this is loose. There we go. Okay, so her bow will be ready to put on when we're done with the eyes. So on her eyes, let me move this other tray because I don't want to bump that and make a mess out of those pieces. I had them right next to me. So for the eyes on her, I am coming in with some brown. And so I want to come in, and I'm hoping that this is okay. So I want to come in with some brown, and you could just use a small little brush. And I'm just using the Stampin' Up, and I have a feeling this down here is going to be a little bit of a tricky mess, but we're going to make, so we're going to, I'm just going to blow off any excess of this brown here. Because you could kind of see I'm getting it like all over. And I don't worry about that, because if you need to, you can come in with an eraser. So I've got a little bit of brown, but now I want to come in with a little bit of yellow. And we could always do this at the very end as well. But I wanted to get the yellow on here. And then, of course, I'm going to blow that off as well. Okay, so we have that done. Let's do the little cheeks really quick. We're going to use a lighter pink. And we're going to kind of come in and do a little circle. Try to do a little circle, right? Let's see. So I've got the light pink. And I'm just using the chalks for this. And the brushes I linked, they're from, I get them from Amazon. And I was counting them the other day, and there's 12 of them. And I think it was like $10 or something. And they may have went up because I bought these quite some time ago. So if I want to add a little more pink, I can do that, a darker pink, and just come in a little bit. And so there you have that. Okay, so we're done with that. Now we can go back to the eyes. So on the eyes, I am going to use the 005 micron. I got 6 of these off of Amazon for like $10.95. Really good price, I felt. And they come in different sizes. So I'm just going to do a fine line on this. And I like to come upside down because I can get that pin in that groove right there. Okay. And so we have that on. So now I want to come back in with the brown down at the bottom corner. And I'm going to come in with a little bit of black as well. I'm going to kind of try to shade that up and out a little bit and bring it up. Okay, let me, and I think that's probably good enough. Okay, and some lighter brown. Okay, I think that's fine. So when I'm going to do these eyes right here, I like to come and do the little curved down lashes down here at the bottom. And I'm just trying to keep them light. Sometimes I go heavy. It just depends on where I'm at in the camera. Okay, so when I start up here, usually I'm like way over, like way under, but I'm gonna try to get like just a little bit. And you can always come back in and fill the lashes in if you need. And so I think for now that one's okay. So you could do like tall, 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 little, tall, whatever. I mean, or they could all be the same. Sometimes I'll do a short, you know, and do little short ones, and then, but then sometimes I have them all long. So it kind of just whatever I feel like doing at the time. So I feel like she needs a little more shading on this side over here. This is a lighter brown, not the dark one. So see how I could pull that color up with this brush. So you can use a brush like this. I don't even know where this brush came from. It was in my stash, but it may have come from Michael's. But I do have an angled one that I like to use on here as well. So I'm going to come in with a brighter yellow for this outer upper. And then where I'm coming kind of up, like almost like if you were doing your eyes, you'd be up higher. And then come back in with a little more brown down here. And I kind of push a little harder. And I'm thinking that looks pretty good. Except for I think I want a long one there. But anyways, I think part of this will be covered and those aren't even curled. But I try to curl them up, and sometimes I don't. And then we don't need any more black, so we're just going to do our white dots. And then add, these ones are real fine. Then we could do like a little line there. Oops. Oh, I'm afraid to shake this pen. Let's see. Okay. I need to get the paint to come down. There it is. Sometimes when I do that, I have to be careful because it's going to be heavy. Let's get the eyes. And then we got the dots. Kind of just come up there. And then if we need, we can add some little lines. A little highlighting. You can highlight wherever. Okay. And I'm thinking that looks good. Now we can just add the bow and we're done. So we got to add the hair first. So we're going to get that hair on here first. And so it looks like the hair is going to come up about like so. And then you can bring it down to the eye. You could kind of try to match it like to the top part of the bow. And I think that looks good. It does cover some of the lashes, but that's all right. And then I'm just going to put the glue on this bow. And we are going to be done. Whoops. And the bow I'm going to bring up a little bit and over. Let's see. I think it wants to be down. There we go. Okay. And so there you have it. And so I do hope you enjoyed my video today on working with the giraffe. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos, please follow. And if you have any suggestions for other files that you'd like to see me do, let me know. And then in the comments, and I'll go ahead and see what I can do. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good day.